Hi everyone, this is ZPJ. Today I'm speaking into the Rode NT1, not the NT1A. This one is more flat in terms of its frequency response. I'm speaking into it from a distance of about 10 inches away. The gain on my Apollo twin is cranked up to about 2/3 to max. And there's no kind of coloration going on, so I'm not using any plugins or any unison preamp modeling. It's going straight in, and this is what it sounds like. In terms of the sound, I could compare it somewhat to a Shure KSM32, which I also spoke into and reviewed on this channel, amongst other mics. It's a reasonably well priced mic. You can get a used one for under $100, which is quite a steal, because compared to the price, it punches way above its price range. Of course, the closer I get, the deeper it gets, and the more it's susceptible to plosives. And of course, you can hear some of that top sibilance a bit more. And as I stand back, it's flat, but I wouldn't call it exactly full bodied. I would call it flat. So there's no boost anywhere. It's just flat. Is that a good thing to have? If you're trying to put vocals in a very complex mix, I would say no. You need to have a mic with a bit of top and boost to cut through that mix. It would be good for overheads. I think the Shure 32 KSM32 is good for that, because it doesn't have that top end boost, so it doesn't pick up too much of that high pitched cymbal sound. And of course, if your voice has a lot of sibilance, this is a good mic to have. It cuts that out, and it has that nice roll off at the very end. Do I recommend it? Well, depends on your budget and depends on what you want it for. It's definitely good for picking up vocals. I would say it would be good to sing to a single instrument, maybe two instruments, because you don't want the vocal fighting for the right frequency in that mix. So this way, because it's flat, it can stand alone well. It can stand beside an instrument well, but if there are too many instruments, it just overcrowds that, and then you don't have that top end boost to cut through that overcrowded mix. This mic, made in Australia, so it's not made in a dubious country. Under a dubious government, under dubious factory conditions. So I would say it's made in a trustworthy place. It's not quite German quality, but for the price, it's a very good option, especially for people who don't have a lot to invest in recording technology. It would be a very good place to start. And again, so if I speak into it, there is but it does come with a pop filter, which I'm not using. Because I want you to see the full effect of this mic. From about 10 inches away, there is no popping sound. Because the volume of air that's hitting the microphone, the membrane is not really pushing the membrane too harsh. It's very subtle by the time the airflow from my mouth hits the membrane of the mic head. So I'm not going to say anything good or bad about it. I'm quite neutral in terms of how I feel about this mic, but it's perhaps because of its neutral frequency response. It's very flat, and that's a good thing for certain applications. You be the judge. Leave a comment below. What does this sound like? And yeah, you can go back to the Shure 32, KSM 32 mic I spoke into, see what the differences are. I spoke into the same Apollo twin with no effect, same software, same voice, same distance, so you can have a good fair comparison between the two. All right, I think I'm quite neutral with it. What do you think? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like this video if you do like it. And of course you can hit that that subscribe button, and all the best to you. ZPJ, over and out.